Hello everybody. Okay, it is time for another movie review with me, Nina Soden, the redheaded author. And today we are talking about Fast and Furious presents Hobbs Shaw. All right, this was a 2019 release directed by David Leitch, and it starred, of course, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba. This is a fast-paced action adventure film that runs about 2 hours and 17 minutes. It may seem like a long time, but not when you're watching the movie. All right, so for an overall show rating, I gave this one 3.66 stars. Let me break that down for you. Writing and story, I gave it 3 stars. Cinematography, I gave it 4 stars, and characters and acting, I gave it 4 stars. Maybe more towards the characters. All right, the IMDb storyline is pretty simple. Luke Hobbs and outcast Shaw form an unlikely alliance when a cyber-genetically enhanced villain threatens the future of humanity. Dun dun dun. Okay, basically they're gonna come in and save the world. All right, so here are my 2 cents on this film. Now, I am all about a good action film. I love them. They are entertaining purely for enjoyment and entertainment purposes. You don't go to an action film and expect, gut-wrenching drama and love and romance, and you don't really expect anything that is too thought-provoking. You go to these movies for the enjoyment, to be on the edge of your seat, to watch the car chases and all of the other fun stuff. It's just entertainment. I will admit, I have seen all of the Fast and Furious movies, so of course I was gonna go out and watch this one as well. And this movie gives you exactly what you would expect from the Fast and Furious franchise. Fast-paced action. What more could you ask for? Okay, for writing and story, I gave this one 3 stars. Honestly, the story isn't all that great. In fact, there really isn't a story here. But are you really expecting to see well thought out plots, twists, and drama when you go to a movie like this? No. You are going for the action. Like I said, you want the car chases, you want the gunfights, you want the fist to fist. And this movie gives you that in spades, with some minor character conversations sprinkled in throughout, just for good measure. So if you watch the previous Fast and Furious movies, then you know what you're getting into with this film. They all kind of follow that same punching, fighting, shooting, cars type of thing. The stories don't really make all that much sense. This one especially didn't really make all that much sense. There really isn't a point to the film, but like the other films in the franchise, it manages to be entertaining nonetheless, which is why we continue to go, which is definitely why I continue to watch these films. Plus, who doesn't like seeing Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham in an action film? It is what they do best. Okay, so I was surprised to find out how much comedy was actually in this film. I didn't expect that. And surprised at how much I actually laughed during the film. There is this one scene, probably my favorite one in the whole movie, where Hobbs and Shaw are in these 2 parallel hallways that are divided simply by a window so they can see each other, and they are going through these hallways, and each of them has to deal with their own challenges or their own obstacles to get to the other end of the hallway, where they then have to use an optical reader in order to open the door. And the whole time, Shaw is fighting off bad guys, and Hobbs is doing whatever it is he's doing, fighting one guy, and they are participating in their own little personal competition as to see, who's tougher, who's better, who's stronger, and whatever. And it is just fantastic. And they're just having their own little nonverbal communication, this dialogue that you don't hear, but you see, and you know exactly what they're thinking. And it was awesome because it was them, and it felt so real. It felt very true to their characters, and I really enjoyed it.
45 minutes. We get in and get out.
Blow this death fighter to pieces. Remember the hallway. No guns.
Right. Those guys have to be alive. Because at the end of the hallway, the retinal scanner needs a match to open the door. Pick a door.
All right, then.
Nope, that's my door.
What's the matter with you? I made a mistake. This is your door.
Oh, no. No backsies. What's the matter? You got a lot of bad guys behind that door?
What's this? You want to learn something?
Access denied.
Okay, for cinematography, I gave this one 4 stars. I commend the cameraman in this one, as well as like most, high action films. But with all of the fight scenes in this one, the car chases and the helicopter scenes, and just the overall craziness that you get with this film, the cameraman had to have had a difficult job. With so much action going on, all at the same time, it would be really easy to just mess up the shots and make it feel too boxed in or way too spacious. But it was beautifully filmed, allowing the audience to feel like they were right there in the action, but still far enough away that they could see the whole picture and what was really going on. And I thought that was really, really nicely done. Okay, with characters and acting, I gave this one 4 stars. So I'll admit the acting isn't that great, but the fight scenes are pretty awesome. And both The Rock and Jason Statham are 100% invested in their characters. And you truly do believe them in these roles. Maybe they're just like that in real life. Who knows? Maybe it just comes naturally because of years of playing these types of characters. Who knows? But the best thing about this film for me is how well Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham work together. Their on-screen chemistry is fantastic. The entire film is basically them exchanging insults and trying to one-up each other. It's a long pissing contest, honestly, and it works to keep the audience engaged and keep the audience entertained in between and even during some of these really unrealistic yet enjoyable fight scenes. So these fight sequences are all over the place, but their humor is scattered in there as well, and the way they banter back and forth is just really, really natural. Okay, briefly, Idris Elba, wow, great supervillain. Loved him in this role. He did a fantastic job. All right, the movie contains a number of surprise cameos, which I thought was just really cool. And they all complement the film in one way or another. Now, I'm not going to give them all away because I want you to be able to watch it and go, wow, and be surprised for yourself. But you just might spot, I don't know, Ryan Reynolds in there, Kevin Hart, and even Helen Mirren. Just to name a few. All right, so watch the film and see what you think and see who else you spot. All right, fun little fact about this film. During the London car chase scene, as Brixton's motorcycle changes shape in order to slide underneath the oncoming truck, we can clearly hear the iconic sound effects that are used during the Transformers, the transformations from the Transformers cartoons and film. So listen for that if you watch this film. If you haven't seen the movie yet, definitely make sure you listen for that. If you didn't recognize it when you did watch the film, you're gonna have to at least look that one up and see it. In fact, I'll show it to you right now.
You want to tell me just what in the fresh turkey hell we're dealing with here?
Long story. It's a ghost. Supposed to be dead. 8 years ago, I put a bullet through his brain.
Great. So being chased by the Terminator.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Well, I don't think you can see over the steering wheel.
Buckle up, fat boy. I'm gonna save your life again.
See what I mean? Amazing. All right, for me, this movie was fun. It was entertaining. It was probably a little longer than it needed to be. It dragged in a few places, but I still left the theater entertained. I still left wondering what type of movie they would come up with next and knowing that I was gonna go see it when it came out. So have you seen Hobbs & Shaw yet? If you have, let me know. And comment below and tell me what you thought. If you haven't, maybe you want to, maybe you don't. Comment below, let me know. All right, everybody, that is my latest movie review with me, Nina Soden, the redheaded author. If you liked this video, which I hope you did, please click like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. Until next time, enjoy the movies.